5-1 joint favourites. D'Argent, who was favourite in the morning, is drifted out to 6-1, but there's a big gamble on L'Aventure at 6-1 from 11-1. Kinburn 10-1. Money for Hort Clan at 11-1. Tana River drifting out to 12-1. 12-1 also Norton Brook and Heltornic.
Ladalko.com Classic, the latest in the order of merit, and the grey Kinburn leads them to the first of the 22 fences. Watching them get over safely, and early on Ladalko dropped right out at the back of the field. Ruby Walsh on Ladalko. Nose-banded runner last of the 13 as they pick up at the second, where Norton Brook in the centre in the striped jacket took over fractionally. Kinburn towards the far side, and they're being followed through by L'Aventure White Cap, the white-faced mare Heltornic, and on the near side striped jacket Tana River. And given that this is going to be a searching test, they've gone off at a brisk pace here, plenty of them vying for an early lead. The other of the greys, D'Argent, has settled out wide in midfield, racing upsides Oak Clan, and then Sir Rembrandt cutting the first corner from Monmouth, working back in the field to touch closer Mr. Dow Jones, and finally Ladalko as they rise at the third, and Heltornic upsides Norton Brook. They leave it a couple of lengths clear from L'Aventure, and then Kinburn hopping over in fourth, drawing on towards the first of the ditches. Norton Brook and Heltornic together, watching the rest of the field going streaming out over it, touch closer, a bit ponderous towards the rear. And now fence 5, the last in the line up the side. Leading pair over okay, the others touching down safely enough, and now they'll turn left-handed to go up the hill. So Norton Brook and David England here moving on, one of a couple of runners in the race for trainer Nigel Twiston-Davis, being followed by Heltornic, and then a 3 or 4 length break to L'Aventure as they begin the descent now for the far side of the course. Kinburn follows next from Oak Clan, and old Baron Windrush, winner of this race 2 years ago, dropped out at the back of the field under Tony Evans, held up through the first 3/4 of the mile, which has been fairly frenetic. The lead has been exchanged a couple of times already. Norton Brook then leading from Heltornic. And then L'Aventure, the white cap, racing wide of Kinburn. D'Argent, Oak Clan follow next. A couple of lengths Tana River racing out wide of the green jacket in Monmouth. Then Mr. Dow Jones, the red cap. Ladalko follows next. Touch closer, the cheek pieces upside Sir Rembrandt, and Baron Windrush just last of the 13-strong field. Inside the last 2.5 miles now, and to the first one down the Warwick back straight. And they're taken to it by Norton Brook from Heltornic, with L'Aventure just about poking her nose up into third, upsides Kinburn. D'Argent going out deep over that one, jumped particularly fluently there. D'Argent picked off a couple of places. Oak Clan in the first-time headgears coming with him, spot the white cap for Brian Harding. Tana River and Monmouth in midfield as they take another open ditch. Then Mr. Dow Jones, Ladalko. Still Baron Windrush patiently ridden in rear with touch closer, and Sir Rembrandt. And Norton Brook saw a stride jump that one particularly fluently. All the rest stood as well, and about 10 lengths covering the field as they range up towards another plain fence in the back straight. Norton Brook from Heltornic. D'Argent this time was in a little close, scattered the birch. Still out the back, Baron Windrush, yellow jacket, touch closer rather, going in snatches. And Ladalko and Sir Rembrandt also patiently ridden. This time L'Aventure was in close. That one finishes them off in the back straight. They've already jumped 10, and they head now to the end of a 1.5 miles and almost to the end of a circuit in the Tote Sport Classic. And Norton Brook leads from Heltornic, white-faced, disputing second with Kinburn. D'Argent is racing wide of L'Aventure, former Welsh national winner, up the fence on turning in. Tana River striped jacket follows next from Oak Clan, then Baron Windrush towards the far side from touch closer. So Rembrandt, old Mr. Dow Jones, the veteran 15-year-old, back in the field, and Ladalko just about last on touching down over the 11th. It'll be for real next time. Norton Brook leads them up towards the 12th from Kinburn on the far side towards the near side Heltornic. Monmouth jumping up quite well, then on the near side Oak Clan's gone quite freely. L'Aventure follows next from D'Argent. Reminders in midfield for Tana River, sharp reminders as well. Baron Windrush is further back from touch closer, so Rembrandt, Ladalko and Mr. Dow Jones now last, a couple of lengths adrift. So passing the judge with one circuit of the Warwick Chase course to cover in the 2007 Tote Sport Classic, and Norton Brook has ensured that no prisoners will be taken here. It's been a strong pace from the outset. Kinburn, the grey, is now the one applying the most pressure. Heltornik is a couple of lengths away in third. Oakland's going to jump this in fourth, the Trevor Hemmings colours. Further back in the field, Sir Rembrandt and Ladalko had a bit of a coming together there. So ranging up now towards another open ditch. Two more of those left to take in the race. Naunton Brook from Kinburn, who jumped it well. L'Aventure landed in a bit of a heap in the midfield. She's hit one of her flat spots. Reminders back through the field for Baron Windrush as they take the 15th. Naunton Brook from Kinburn. Heltornik jumping it in third. Tana River has responded to Barry Fenton's urgings. It has now made progress up into fourth as they go on the incline. Monmouth has travelled well through this point. Green Jacket in fifth, ahead of D'Argent, the course specialist. Grey in sixth place. Now more reminders for Tana River. Touch closer, cheap pieces on the move. Oakland's lost ground. Then Ladalko under a very patient Ruby Walsh ride. Spot the Purple Jacket out wide. Further back, Baron Windrush, L'Aventure struggling at the moment. So too Mr. Dow Jones. The old legs can't go the gallop, and Sir Rembrandt is driven along under his stopping weight of 11.12 and his last of the 13. So flattening out at the foot of the hill, they've got just about 9 furlongs to cover, another 7 left to jump, and Naunton Brook still forcing the pace here from Kinburn. Heltornik, Monmouth making steady headway, now disputing third. D'Argent follows next, Tana River beginning to lose ground. Ladalko's on the move out wide, and following Ladalko through, touch closer. So down the back straight for the final time, ranging up towards 7 out. Naunton Brook and David England continue to lead the classic field here, being chased by Kinburn. Monmouth has made stylish progress into third ahead of Heltornik, then Ladalko on the far side, the noseband. D'Argent's next from touch closer. Kinburn was a little close there. Oakland is further back in the field, and then Baron Windrush. Tana River has dropped right off them, and up front they're beginning to cluster. 6 outs an open dish. Naunton Brook continuing to jump well, putting pressure on those in behind. Kinburn getting reminders. Monmouth still yet to be popped the question. The Welsh national runner-up just in a bit close there. Mistake by Heltornik, the mare went on the retreat. Ruby Walsh has yet to shake the reins at Ladalko. Spot the Purple Jacket as they close in on 4 out. Naunton Brook from Kinburn. Monmouth switching out wide. The great D'Argent is rallying to Robert Thornton's call, and still it's quietly for Ladalko as they make their way up to the third last. Naunton Brook by a couple of lengths. Monmouth though sitting in his slipstream and going oh so easily. D'Argent, Ladalko out wide, and then Kinburn back in fifth as they run the final turn. There are 3 furlongs to cover and 2 left to jump in the Tote Sport Classic. Naunton Brook is game. Here's Monmouth. They're ranging up as the challenger, and if the leading pair check the rear view mirror, they'll see that Ruby Walsh is now in full flight on Ladalko. D'Argent the Grey, the far side, turned it in fourth, and then Kinburn. Still they've to get past Naunton Brook. 2 out narrowly from Monmouth. Ladalko, Kinburn. D'Argent's running on empty. There's just 1 left to jump in the Classic. Naunton Brook, he's game. Ladalko in the centre. Monmouth then near side. Naunton Brook joined by Ladalko. Monmouth back in third. Ruby puts Ladalko's nose banded head in front. Naunton Brook's fighting on. Monmouth on the near side, but it's Ruby's day as Ladalko powers away for the Paul Nicholls yard, and Ladalko wins the Tote Sport Classic. Monmouth game in defeat in second. Naunton Brook front running but unavailing in third. Kinburn back in fourth, then Baron Windrush, Oakland and Heltornik.
And Ladalko returned the 9-2 favourite. Monmouth, who, like Steve said, had a really difficult race in the Welsh National 17 days ago when finishing a game second, puts in another really genuine performance and stays on for second after being headed at 5-1. And Naunton Brook ran a really good race in third.